I'm going to read for you one of my stories from my short story volume briefly. This one's called Alistair is Missing. I wrote it sometime in the mid-80s, as will become evident, and it's a story that happens in King's Cross in Sydney. There is nothing worse than doing a watch for Bangers Gabardini, unless it's doing a watch for Bangers Gabardini in February next to the garbage dumpster by the Seabull when it's 30 degrees plus. Bangers is a private D whose suits were a large portion of the end result of his enormous appetite. It's not unknown for one of the numerous hungry deros that call the cross their home to catch a whiff of Bangers passing by and fasten onto his buttons like a hungry Doberman. I venture to suggest that if Bangers had been on board that plane that crashed in the Andes carrying those Argentinian footballers, not only would there be no talk of cannibalism, but merely by running a spoon over Bangers' lapels, they would have gleaned so much food that by the time they were rescued, they would have gained weight. Bangers' shortcomings are many, but high on the list is total ineptitude with electronic surveillance gizmos. Bangers once inflicted upon himself 3 months of total deafness when he placed a microphone bug underneath a blender. Today he had on his necktie camera. I should have known then and there would be repercussions. But, as it turns out, on this hot February day, I am not thinking about Bangers' shortcomings, but my own. I owe Lou Maltagrandi $200. At the very least, that means a thumb and a little finger. Fortunately, Bangers' job pays $100, and that is why I can't turn him down when he asks me to go back up on an adultery job. Of course, Bangers himself is inside under air conditioning, playing with his necktie camera, while I'm gagging on the smell of festering halibut on a hot Sydney day, as humid as the inside of Jeff Fenwick's glove. I can't improve my position because every other vantage is crammed with screaming die-hard fans, most the wrong side of 40, waiting to glimpse their hero, Goose Bailey, the best white blues axe man of all time, guest of the Seabull for his tour. My job is simple. When the guy who is banging the wife of Banger's client leaves the Seabull, I am to follow him. This gent, I am told, is 35 or so, probably wearing Nikes and running shorts, and he is tall. This description fits 50% of the guys who emerge from the Seabull. The other 50 are short. At a classy hip hotel like the Seabull, all the guests dress down. Not that this guy is a guest. He is simply playing hide the sausage with the missus of Banger's client, whose name I've not been given. Fortunately, this Mambo-wearing adulterer I am supposed to follow always, I am told, wears a red cap to hide a bald patch. That's part one.